because the question today is, as it always has been, do you want to be ruled by a handful of elites, or do you want to rule yourself? And so it's a constant battle, such like people are talking about this correct.
One of my favorite quotes is Benjamin Franklin: "Those who give up civil liberties for temporary safety deserve neither."
Yeah, I mean, our founding fathers are quote factories, and that's why when people...
was it Andrew Jackson that said, "I beat the bank"?
Right.
He fought the banks off,
Right.
which the banks own us now.
Well,
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
The banks that own Europe, the banks that own France and Britain.
Well, this is why the revolution is happening now. See,
The banks now own
how
the
many
United
years
States.
ago was that not common knowledge?
Right. Now nobody knows about it.
Yesterday, I was out here. I was talking to a lady was a firefighter, a police dispatcher was her friend, lady friend, and then the guy was a banker. All professionals. When I asked him about 9/11, yeah, conspiracy, inside job. So when it gets to this point, where it's just common knowledge
Nobody
now,
knows.
how much longer can the lies dictate? And that's what happened with Brexit. That's what's happening now. Why they have a 6% approval rating with the, with the media, and so it's falling apart for them. What we're going to be looking at here in the next few months. Will Trump even make it?
Right.
Will they steal
Will they
the
allow
election
it?
or assassinate
Will
him?
they allow it?
Yeah, will they allow it? The powers that be, the same ones that killed the Kennedys, the same ones.
Oh yeah. You know, but like, I know the history of it. I know, I'm aware. I educate. But
Anybody with a
it wasn't
search
until
engine right now and a
It
little bit
wasn't
of
until
awareness.
1912 they got full control of it. With Woodrow Wilson, federal income tax, and the Federal Reserve.
As I said, all this is common knowledge now.
It was Andrew Jackson who fought off. No, it's not as common as you think.
Oh, well, why? No, why?
It's-
This is my
it's-
profession. You understand? I'm out here.
Ask most people, they wouldn't know. But it wasn't
Oh,
until
most people don't know who the vice president is.
It wasn't until 1912 that Woodrow Wilson instated
They
the
don't
federal
matter.
income tax.
Give me an example
and
why they
Federal
don't matter.
Reserve.
They never matter.
But Andrew Jackson and he fought off the Federal Reserve for years. He did not want it. Did not want it.
Yes.
One of his last dying words was, "I beat the bank." He did not want the Federal Reserve
Let
coming
me
in here.
tell you
because of what
why
they
it
did to
doesn't
Brandon.
matter that a majority of the people are zombies.
Oh well, but the thing is that the majority of people that are zombies, their vote counts just as much as the
It
educated
won't
ones.
make any difference, and here's why. And the example is the American Revolution. When we fought it, we're looking at 3% of the populace took action against the British Empire, while the majority of the people sat by like they passed by here,
Right.
not knowing or caring. So it's never the majority anyway. The hell with them. But there's enough people that are in place. Give you an example. Yesterday, I was speaking to a sheriff. Well, I spoke to 3 sheriffs yesterday. One of them was a SWAT team member. They're both from North Louisiana, a town up there, right? And we were talking exactly like this. And I asked him. I says, "How many of the military and the police are going to go along with the orders to take our guns when that time comes?" He says, "Damn few of us, and the ones that do are going to be shot."
No shit.
And that was coming from a sheriff.
I'm not a violent person. I'm really not a very peaceful person.
Sure.
But I have a lot of guns. And if you come to my house and knock on my door, then you'll see a violent man. I've never hurt anyone unless I'm provoked. I wouldn't go out and hurt anyone without being provoked.
Sounds like a cowboy to me. I love it.
Without being in danger myself, I would never go and start a fight or pick a fight. But if you come to my front door looking for a fight, you're gonna get one.
Yeah.
You're gonna get one. And I would pity the cop that would come to my house and try to take my
Never mess with
he's just
still
following-
orders,
I
man.
know he was just following orders, but that's a stupid one to take. Don't ever come to my house. And same thing on Parrish. I think all of them know better than that. There ain't a guy, there ain't a cop in the parish that will follow those orders. Not
Oh,
one.
yeah, no.
And he wouldn't last very long if he did.
Well, as I said, I'm a magnet for police, military, and government
Right.
organizations, or mainly like these people.
Well, you know, in Louisiana, that was the last thing we ever had to worry about because we had a governor who strongly supported the Second Amendment. Would never allow anything like that. And now, look, I'm not building Bobby Gender up to be the best person in the world, but there's no way in hell he would let.
There are certain
No way.
principles that you just
he
don't
would
let
not
loose of. I
allow.
don't care.
He did some things I didn't agree with, but there was no way in like signing in the some of the educational stuff that I don't agree with. But he wouldn't allow him to come around and pick up guns. Now the guy we got now, this asshole, he's playing ball with Obama like you wouldn't believe.
I'm sure. The sellout is now. The revolution is going on. The tyrants are making themselves known.
I can't believe that he got in Louisiana. And the first thing he did was raise taxes,
Yeah.
but still hand out more to welfare.
Yeah.
Now that's an oxymoron. Your state's got a crisis, a deficit budget, where you're running out of money. You're going to cut college education. You're going to raise taxes, and you're going to at the same time hand out to people who don't want to go out and get a job.
Yeah.
Where's your balance?
None of this is
Thanks a lot.
supposed to make sense. It's supposed to enrage us.
Oh, and you see, that's the thing. I mean, honestly, the biggest thing is you got so many on the far right and so many on the far left, and nobody really represents the middle. So you got people butting heads. You got people fighting each other.
Again,
And
by
how do-
design.
Again by design.
Again
And
by
how do-
design.
How do you beat the people? How do you get
Divide and conquer.
Have them fight each other. Divide and conquer.
Divide and conquer. That's why I enjoy talking to the cops out here, because I'm finding out. We gotta. Where the rubber meets the road is the first line of defense would be the sheriffs, the military, and they're not gonna. That's why I can't see how the New World Order or these assholes in power right now are gonna. They
This
give
is
the
the thing.
orders. They're not going to be followed. They're not being followed now.
Let me tell you. All right. People that are going to take the orders are going to be so fucking dumb and ignorant.
Oh, yeah.
It'll blind you. I had a guy now. My neighbor, former Marine, still Marine, retired Marine. Okay,
You
you
never-
never say that.
you never
Retired
leave it.
Marine.
Yeah.
You don't like to. They don't like to be told former Marine
Right,
or
right.
ex-Marine. Retired Marine. So he is of my age. He's 30 years old. He knows. I said, let me ask you something, Marcus. I said, what's your solemn oath? What's the oath that you take when you become a Marine or any branch of the armed forces? To protect the Constitution, to protect all the civilians, all the people in the United States against any enemy, foreign and domestic. That's the first swear that you do when you join any branches of the armed forces, foreign or domestic.
Special.
I asked the guy that was, and I'm a mechanic. I asked the gentleman who was in the Army Reserve. I said, and this is a guy that's 22 years old, 23 years old, dumb as rocks, but knows how to shoot a gun, and that's all he needs to know.
Yeah.
I said, let me ask you a question, Casey. I said, if you was given orders, now it's testing, so if you was given orders to go around and pick up guns, because that's your orders.
Yeah.
I said if people were deemed criminal for keeping fully automatic weapons or keeping high capacity rounds, and if you was given orders to go around and pick up them guns, would you do it? I'd do it. I said, now, if somebody at the front door pulled a gun on you and shot at you for coming to pick up that weapon, would you shoot back? He said, well, I have to defend my life. I said, well, do you realize you've just become a domestic enemy? I said, you swear into the armed forces to protect against any enemy, foreign and domestic, and you are now the enemy. You are picking up guns and killing your own people against, and he's dumb as rocks, like I said, but trained to use a weapon.
Yeah.
That's who they're looking for. Look at the
yeah,
NSA. Look at the NSA. Look at Homeland Security.
I've got
Look at Homeland
testimony.
Security. They're dumb as rocks.
I have gotten testimony out.
All they need to know how to do is carry a gun and
Yeah.
shoot a rifle.
Well, I've got testimony out here. It's called Question 47. Would you, if ordered, fire on an American citizen? Now, if you say,
Well, how
no
long?
way, would I follow that order? That's what we were looking for. You
Yeah.
go over to that unit over there.
But
But if you say anything to get the job done, then you go
The
to
thing is,
other
you
door.
have to slowly warp the minds of what the American
Yeah, oh,
citizen
sure.
is. So what happens when you start saying people who hold on to their guns are terrorists?
Oh, I
People with
understand,
high
but
capacity
that's
magazines.
failing.
Oh, no.
Understand that's
People
failing.
who-
It's already failed. Wait, no, listen to the cop. I just YouTubed it this morning. Go listen to these
I would
guys.
imagine that anybody around, like,
No, go
90%
listen to
of
these
people
guys.
walking down the
This
street-
is what they said. The SWAT team guy and the sheriff. He says, the sheriff asks the SWAT team guy. He goes, "How? There are just millions of gun orders. If we got the orders to do that realistically," and he asks the SWAT team guy. He goes, "How many raids can you perform a day? Top performance. What could you do? 3,
Right.
maybe 5." And then the sheriff goes, "Yeah." And then we go home. And who's going to follow us home
Right.
and set our house on fire?
That's with
So
the
he says, "We're not going to do
generation-
this."
That's with the generation of people that are still today. I'm talking about tomorrow's generation.
There won't be, the revolution will be fought before that. Sorry, believe me, we're going to see it soon.
I think that tomorrow's generation is going to be dumb enough to take
Yeah,
them
it
orders,
won't make any
handle
difference.
things.
It won't make any
Anybody
difference.
Anybody who wouldn't give up the guns, they'll be convinced that they're an American.
We will have already have fought the revolution by then. Those people will be put back in their corral.
That's an optimistic. I love it.
Oh,
It's
and
an
no,
optimistic view of it, and I hope
it's
so.
a real.
I hope so.
When you start hearing that 80,
But I'm a bit of a
80,
pessimist on it.
85% of the police and the military and the government workers are going to go, no, sorry, no. Put down your toys, come with us to the area. You're walking with us. Believe me, there's a very good chance we might see a military coup before we see an election in this country. If they assassinate Trump, I guarantee you to build a military coup the next day. I guarantee that. And so, we're going to, and if he gets elected, if they steal the election from him, we'll see an American revolt. We again might see a coup. And if he gets elected and gets in, we're going to see a revolution, but it's going to be the one we're going to be in control of. So we just have to keep Trump alive between now and then.
Right.
If it gets, there's several different types of revolutions, and there's several different ways you fight it.
I like a lot. I definitely don't support Bernie Sanders or Hillary.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of great qualities about him. There's some people I would have preferred over him. Rand Paul.
Absolutely.
Rand Paul.
Absolutely, I love Rand Paul. I like his father even better. But we got to talk what's here right now.
Constitutionalists, people that really supported all of the Constitution.
Absolutely.
But Trump right now is our best bet. He really is.
He's the only bet.
He's the only.
Here's another good thing. He's been surrounding himself with excellent people.
The good business is not that you don't know how to do everything, that you know how to delegate work properly to people who know how to do everything.
But
you know what?
The truth
Ben
punches
Carson-
he's throwing, he's the only candidate to bring up 9/11.
You know what though? There's one thing he hasn't done yet that's really starting up here. You're talking about Bill Clinton getting blowjobs back in 1992. I really want him to drop bombs on Benghazi. I want him to drop bombs.
That's coming.
He better do it. If he doesn't do it, I think it's an
No,
inside. If he
he's
doesn't
already
do it, it'll
talked
be
about Benghazi. Roger Stone is the truth. I mean, he believes 9/11 was an inside job.
Oh,
Trump believes that, and this is a quote from him.
the Israelis and Bush.
If you elect me president, you will find out who brought down the tree. That's Donald Trump.
That was a false flag between the Israelis and Bush. But that's true. That's true.
You don't have to convince me of that.
You want to be honest? The thing that made me more comfortable with Trump. Now, one thing he said that kind of aggravated me, but another thing he said that comforted me. One was that he wanted to filter the internet. Kind of made me take back a little bit.
Well, there are a lot of things I don't like. I don't like
he
his
said,
stance on
it made me-
torture. I
made me
don't like his
withdraw.
stance on a lot of things.
He made me withdraw when he said he wanted to filter the internet due to terrorism. No, we don't need more control. That's our only form of free press. Don't filter it. If they want to say some shit, let them say it. Don't filter it. I don't care if that's not
freedom of the press is. I'm all about freedom of the
But
speech.
one thing that he did in action that made me feel better. Now, I'm sure you're aware of Rothschild's banking system, Red Shield, Rothschild's.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, right. Exactly.
One thing that's going on right now is an alliance called BRICS.
You sure?
Brazil, Russia, Iran, China, Korea, Syria.
Yeah.
They're pulling away from the U.S. monetary system. They're pulling away from the Britain and France monetary system. They want to get away from basically the Rothschild monetary system, the Red Shield monetary system. And the first thing I noticed is that Trump is actually on good terms with Vladimir Putin. So if he is on good terms with Vladimir Putin, well, then that means he's not playing along with the Rothschild
As a
Federal.
businessman, he knows which way the wind's blowing. When
But
you
that
know,
tells me that he is not on board with the Rothschild
Oh
Federal.
no, he's not.
So that makes me a little more comfortable.
Oh yeah.
It does.
No, he is. I mean, there's still the deep conspiracy theorists who go, look at this. Even now, when he's meeting with
In the business
Murdoch,
world,
he
there's
just
no
met
way.
with Murdoch.
Well, there's no way he could have got to the top without being involved with some
Well,
extent.
that's it.
There's
I'm
no
saying,
way.
look, I'll
'Cause he
meet
would have
with-
been flatlined before he
I'll
got
meet
there.
with my enemy. I'll look my enemy in the eye before I,
Right.
it's like that old mafia adage,
Right,
But
keep your enemies close.
yeah, but I mean,
Keep
at
your
least
friends
I'm gonna go. I want to be able to go and catch the guy, to talk to him, and see if there's,
Right.
I mean, if threats going to be made anyway, I want to look the guy. I don't want him to do that if
Right.
he's going to do the same to me.
Size
It's
him
like,
up.
yeah, right. So, yeah, I don't fault him that. It's not what they say, it's what they do.
Right.
What happens after the fact? What happens after that? When there was talk of Newt Gingrich was going to be his VP, Newt Gingrich was saying good things about him.
I wouldn't mind big
Oh, no. Newt Gingrich is high up in the Illuminati. But when he then he went and met with remember the RNC bigwigs?
Uh-huh.
And that's when they said, look, you make Gingrich your VP and we're going to get behind you. And he said, pound sand. The night after that, that's when Gingrich started coming out saying, Trump's a danger, Trump's a danger, Trump's a danger. So he did a 180-degree turn.
Yeah.
So no.
That's good things
When
for
you
us.
have your entire Republican National Committee after you, when you have delegates sworn to go ahead and be delegates, but are trying to have their conscience not
Go
vote for the
against,
people's
yeah,
thing. When you have this level of corruption, when you have against you the
Right.
media, your own party, and you have a record. I've talked to people out here who've never voted before in their lives. 54 years old, never,
Yeah.
all mechanic, owned his own place in Arkansas, right?
Yeah.
First time he's voting in his life for Trump. So when you have people coming out of the woodwork, and I'm talking to everybody, I got, look at one of my YouTubes, it's blacks voting for Trump. And the old black guy I'm talking to out here, right? And he's telling me, look, we were fooled by the Clintons, we got fooled by Obama, we're not getting fooled anymore. We're not going to put another Clinton. He says, so he says, all the blacks I know, the small ones I know, the people I know, were voting for Trump, we're supporting Trump. So, it's the only way they can do it again. They can steal it, which will cause a revolution, or they can assassinate him, which will cause a revolution.
I'm glad to see you, Booth, still here.
Oh,
Good talking
I
with
mean,
you.
as I said, I don't know how much longer. I mean, let's say
Yeah.
Trump wins and everything becomes cherry, we start doing good things and happen. I'm going to find another line of work, I don't mind. I don't mind. I'd rather be fishing, I'd rather be taking my time. AKK, Uncle Sam, Mike DeBerry. I gave you my card?
Yes, we
Yeah,
have
I
it.
got one.
Yeah, go check, check out the site.
Absolutely.
Hope next year you get to see me out here, and I'll be doing I'll be doing flower pots in Florida
There you
leaves,
go.
I know. I'll
Yeah,
never
red,
do
white,
that. If you
blue.
ever see me doing that, you can bitch slap me right there. I give you permission to do that.
We're going to go grab a beer.
Yeah, ready?
Yeah.
Let's
Go back to the mic. All right, I'm saying.
Thanks.
All right.
Nice speaking with you.